All right, cool. Welcome to the Cult of Personality Podcast, Season 2, Episode 1. I have not recorded anything in about a month, but you wouldn't know that, people out there, because I fucking posted like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But as usual, I'm your host, Mikeymcchoppa, and with me today is Friday.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
Fucking chilling, man. Fucking chilling.
Smoking bogeys,
Always with the bogey.
always with the stogie bogey. Now, yeah, man, it's fun and fresh to have a new face on the podcast. For anyone wondering, we met at fucking this show in Brooklyn because Friday was performing, and that was sick as fuck. So anyone who missed out, you missed out on some good shit.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, and so I'm very, very, very excited for this interview. But how are you doing today?
Shit, I'm chilling, man. I just been inside today working on music and shit, doing ketamine, the usual.
Just casual shit.
Yes, sir.
Like, I've been on my straight edge shit recently. I've just been doing just nothing.
That's good though.
Yeah, sobriety. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, on the usual, I'll smoke here and there, but that's like as far as I go. But to each their own,
Yeah. I go through phases, honestly. I was sober for a grip. I went to rehab and shit, but it wasn't really for me.
Shit, you know. But what was I gonna say? No, yeah, that's good. I mean, it's all right with fucking the music and shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna objectively say like, yeah, doing ketamine like it's cool, it's good, yeah. Just not encourage anybody out there who's like, yo, let's not encourage this. We're
I don't
not.
know what I do. I just do what I do. Yeah.
Right. To each their own. No, yeah, but that's dope. I'm excited that you're fucking working on new stuff. Let me lower my volume a little on this. I'm glad you're working on new stuff and whatnot. From what I've heard recently and what I've checked out on your discography, you got some dope fucking shit, right?
Thank you, bro.
Which all of your stuff will be in the description below, wherever the fuck you guys are listening. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever. I put all the stuff everywhere so people can check it out. But yeah, you got some dope shit. So the fact that you're cooking up more, salute to you.
Always working.
On top of this podcast shit, I do music, but I haven't recorded shit in fucking months. So I salute anyone who's continuously working on music right now. But if you checked out any of the previous episodes, I did just let out a burp right now because I'm hydrating and shit. But however, what was I gonna say? If you checked out any of the recent episodes, we do have like sort of a structure, at least for like the first, second, and then last question. But the rest of it is like non-scripted, just we go with the flow. So this shit could be an hour, it could be 3 hours, however we feel like doing this shit. But the first question is Friday. The name, the image, the aura, and the energy. How do we get here? Where did it start? And cover kind of everything in between.
All right, bet. So the name, I think the name, my image is like very intentional, I guess, or well, I don't know. I guess it is, but the name just comes from I don't know. Fuck. I guess I made it up pretty randomly. It was actually originally Black Friday, and I changed it to just Friday because people just kept going, "You're not black," and I got sick of it, so I changed it to Friday. But basically, my little like I want to call it catchphrase, but like my line is just like every day is a Friday because that's the energy I try to like keep with my music. Every time I'm in a function, turn that bitch to a Friday. We're just always lit. Um, that's where the name comes from.
Which is fucking great for marketing purposes. You ever start doing merch? That's like the first t-shirt you should do. Like every day is a Friday.
That ass, that ass.
There you go.
I'm like, where does it start? I mean, I've been doing this shit since I was like 12. I started making beats. I've always just been hella interested in music. Like since I was like 5, I started with like emo and pop punk shit. I got super into like I grew up on like Green Day, Blink-182, My Chemical Romance, all that.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, I started playing the drums when I was like 6. I did that till I was like probably 10 or 11, and then when I was 12, I started making beats and shit. And then 13, started fucking around with vocals because I got into like the underground scene hella young, like Young Lean, Lil Peep, all that shit when I was like probably like Bones, Suicide Boys, when I was like, I had to be like 12 or something, because I'm 17 now. So I had to be like 12 when I was first getting into that shit.
That's respect. I didn't know how old you were, but 17, that's dope.
Yeah, bro.
You're dope.
But yeah, so I started all this shit super young. And I don't know, like I just started making music and I just felt like that shit was for me. That's sort of what I always wanted to do. And then when I saw other kids just doing that shit from their bedroom and like actually doing something with it on SoundCloud, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna try that. And I sort of just wrote it out, you know?
No, I completely feel you, because when I started shit, I was like 14. So like 2017. And it was like P X sorta. Fucking I got into lean. I got into all the people in the scene at that time. And then like fucking you had to like one offs like Little Skies and shit like that. That was like shit like that. But yeah, I started at 14. And a lot of people that I've interviewed so far, they're like, yeah, I started in 2020, 2021. I was already like 17, 18, 16. And it's very rare that you see people who are like, yeah, I started at 12, 13, 14. I always like when I do get people like that, because it's like, not only can I relate, but I can appreciate and admire the dedication.
Yeah.
So
I
so
played my first show like right after my 15th birthday.
you say you played your first show?
Yeah, like no, it was right. Yeah, it was right after my 16th birthday, actually.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. That's
Yeah.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
No, yeah, fucking I've yet to like when I mean, I don't know. I kind of put the music show on the back burner to do the podcast.
Yeah.
And I would want to do a show with music, but I just never got there, which is fine. But so I think it's very much, what's the word? A very good milestone to reach, especially at such a young age that you're doing your first show at fucking 16, you know? Now you're doing shows and you have like a year of experience doing shows.
Yeah.
It's only higher from here.
Exactly. I'm about to move in. It's fucking hot as shit outside, bro.
Oh no, yeah, it's fucking humid as hell. I'm wearing this sweater just to keep like swaggy, because that's just like my whole shit with this podcast, but I'm sweating right now.
Gotta keep the swag on.
Exactly. Oh yeah, but so you started off with beats, you said, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so like, was that just for yourself, or were you producing for other people? Do you have like a alter ego? Do you still produce to this day?
I don't really make beats like that anymore. I only really produce for myself. I went by Veritas when I started, which was like the god of truth or some lame shit. I don't remember. But fucking yeah. So I did that for a while. I only got like 2 placements ever because my beats were dog shit. But yeah, I was never a very good producer.
We all start somewhere, and at least you tried. I fucking mentioned it before on here, but I made like one beat ever, and it was like a Beavis and Butthead sample. That shit was donkey ass. So
Making beats is fucking hard as shit.
very hard. And what do you use? Like your DAW?
I've always used FL.
Okay, that's respectable. I feel like FL is definitely easier for producing. I tried producing on Logic because that's what I use. No bueno.
Yeah, nah,
No,
Logic's mad confusing, bro.
it's very confusing. Too confusing. But going back on track. No, yeah. So you're still very young. Not to like sun you or anything. That's not exactly what I'm doing. But I'm 19, you know, and I'm still trying to figure this shit out. And I'm always confused with what the fuck I'm doing. So you have a very good set route for you at 17 already as a musician, which is very respectable. I like that. Keep going with that.
Oh yeah.
And what was I gonna say? We covered the name and the image. Where does the image come from? More so like fashion sense and how you present yourself as an artist and just as a human being.
Oh fuck. I think a lot of it's like pop punk and emo shit I was into. Definitely like a lot of it, the swag is a lot of it's from like GBC. Just like that whole scene. I don't know. I just sort of I don't know. Like honestly, yeah, a lot of it's from like the punk shit, the emo shit.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the only reason I even asked like more in depth is because like seeing you on the gram and seeing you in person or whatever, you definitely have a fashion sense and a particular way of presenting yourself.
Yeah.
And especially recently with the podcast, I've been trying to dig more deep rather than just like, because what I would do before is just follow people's discographies, like, oh, how do you make this song? How do you make that song? And shit like that. Kind of taking away from that and more so just asking about the shit outside of music to get more insight on an artist, you know?
Yeah.
And so with this, it's like I see you definitely have again a peculiar or not peculiar, what's the word?
Particular.
Particular way of presenting yourself. So I'm like, shit. I saw you had the Truies on last time I saw you.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, all right, cool. You know, some like 2012 Chief Keef shit.
Oh God.
But that's cool. I definitely feel you with the inspirations and stuff like that, fashion wise and presentation wise. GBC and shit like that, kind of like that urban mixed with that more alternative
Yeah.
influence, infusion, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, which usually leads us to our second question, which we usually talk about inspirations as an artist and which musicians or even things outside of music that inspire your music and your sound today.
That's hard because there's a lot. It's definitely early, like, Sad Boys, Young Lean, Got Boy Click, like I said, definitely Blink 182 a lot. Um, Shinigami was a big one, especially with my early shit. Capo XXO. And like recently most of it just comes from my friends. Like I feel like I have a really good group of artists around me, like especially like more online shit, like with my collective synthetic kids, like I sort of just take inspiration from the people around me a lot of the time. Um, I mean, Chief Keef was pretty big for me too. Um, just a lot of like 2016, 17, like more sad SoundCloud shit.
No, yeah, which is pretty like I feel like common in like this not even like genre music because there's people I interview that are like real sad shit, but from what I realized, you have more of like a hype, even hyper sound to your music.
Yeah.
But within people on SoundCloud, it kind of comes from like the same influence of like Sad Boys and GBC and well, some people fucking dabble into like X and like more of like the Suicide Boys type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to each their own. But it's usually like those names mentioned, which I really like because it goes to show what's the word? How like pretty much like that whole bubble of music or whatever, which is I guess fairly similar. I would say they all have their differences and shit, but a similar demographic disperses so much different music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which are,
I don't know. All that shit was like, cause they had so many inspirations like themselves, like especially Goth Boy Click. It's just a bunch of shit just smashed together.
yeah.
Because like the rap and emo worlds are so fucking different, and like with people blending that, there's just so many different inspirations. So it's like everybody takes like different bits and pieces from all that shit and makes it like their own thing.
Right. Which I fucking think is dope as shit. So it seems like we mentioned GBC a lot, and I feel like it's a heavy influence. And
Sure.
I just wanted to get more background on when did you get into like the SoundCloud scene heavily and like find all these like influences and different shit.
Yeah, it had to be like 2015 probably, because I like really grew up on the internet. Like
Yeah.
I was born in fucking 2005, bro. So it's like I was really growing up on the internet. So I probably got into like Young Lean and before he was even Tracy, fucking Young Bro in like 2015. Just like it was, I got Young Lean randomly. I think it was Jim Sling Strip on a YouTube recommendation in like 2015, and then from that, Young Bro was in the recommended. I don't remember what song it was. And then from there, I sort of just got into everything else.
Which is a really cool segue. And you 2015 is pretty early, I would say, like in the scene. Granted, there's people who've been around since like 2013, 2012, whatever. But like personally speaking, I fucking got into like SoundCloud heavy like 2017. So it was like kind of like that weird transition age where it was like you're getting new artists, but then you still had like and a bunch of artists died, and it's like, oh fuck. So I didn't really get like the golden age of SoundCloud, you know, I got like the right after it. So fucking you got a really good time period of that and definitely good influence from that. So that's fucking dope.
Yeah, I think the best part of that time wasn't even really the music because I feel like there's a much higher standard on SoundCloud and music quality because we was honestly all listening to some dog shit. Like no one had any idea how to mix their shit. Like half the lyrics didn't make sense, but it was more just like the energy back then, bro. It was so much more like genuine.
Right.
You know?
No, yeah, and I've analyzed that myself. Now is like I look at like mixing quality of like these musicians now compared to 2016. It's like I feel like everyone like is really focused on quality now, and it creates, I don't know, I feel like almost even a lack of authenticity within a lot of people's music because they're going more for like just like studio sound and shit like that and mainstream shit.
Yeah, because there was like a young res another artist I'll bring up like that because like all his music is mixed like shit, but there's just something so authentic and different about it. It just makes it so fucking good.
Right. Very much so. Holy shit, it is hot as fuck. Let me take this shit off. I'm fucking burning right now. I didn't think it'd make a big difference because I don't really like get hot like that, but it's terrible. Anywho, all right, cool. Now I can fucking think. If you fucking see me like brain farting or just taking a moment, again, it's like all not scripted, none of it. So I'm just here like just going off the hand, which some could be like, yeah, it's unprofessional. What the fuck? You're a podcast host, da da da. But
Fuck
keep,
that.
we keep it raw. We keep it real.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So Friday. When did Friday exactly like start? Like what year? 20.
It had to be like 2019 or 18, I think.
All right.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like, cause like I know you said you started with beats and you started with a different name and shit. And I didn't know. I want to know more if those like blended together in the sense of like you're producing under a different name, but then you started music or vocals as Friday, or you still had vocals as something else and then moved to Friday.
Yeah, I started vocals as Black Friday and then I changed it to Friday in like late 2019.
Okay, so it's all been relatively like similar. So you've been rocking with this name for like 3 years now,
Yeah.
which is good for image purposes and shit like that. Recognizable.
Yeah, it sucks when like motherfuckers keep asking me about my old music I don't like no more though.
They'd be like, "Yo, what happened to this?" Da, 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 da.
It's like motherfuckers be like, "Oh, what happened to this song?" And I'll just reply like, "I hate it." Like, I don't like that shit, bro. Listen to my new shit.
How often does that happen?
It's a decent amount because like so basically when I was like 14, I actually started getting like a pretty decent buzz on SoundCloud because it used to be way easier to get plays back then, like
Yeah.
way easier. And then I went to rehab for like 11 months when I was fucking 14 years old.
Oh
So
shit.
I dropped off for a while, so I had to like rebuild my fan base. And when that happened, I sort of like turned around my whole style and image because I was making like emo rap back then. So I
Yeah.
like did all that shit, and like every once in a while, I'll still have someone like, "What happened to this song?" I'm like, how do y'all motherfuckers remember this? I don't even remember that song. Like,
Some dedicated listeners right there.
yeah, so
Fucking no, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how deep you want to get into like personal stuff, but rehab for 11 months sounds pretty fucking what's the word? Not nice,
yeah,
negative.
no, I've been in and out of rehab since I was like 14 because like I started smoking weed and drinking when I was like 11 or 12, and then I got into pills when I was like 13 years old. I
Okay.
was 15. I OD'd on some fake Xans, and then yeah, I was gone for like 11 months, and then I got back. Within a few months, I'm drinking again. I got arrested on some shit. A cop tased me in the ass. Fucking yeah. And then in February of last year, I got really down bad on like perks and coke and shit, and ended up back in rehab. So drugs have always been like a big part of my life, and I think that shows in my music. But yeah,
No, yeah. And I mean, you're definitely not alone. There's definitely a bunch of other people on the same doing the same shit and dealing with the same shit and stuff like that, which I can only imagine. I'm only speaking from the outside and I can never speak from like, like an experience firsthand point of view. So I'll watch my words, but it's like definitely sounds like a uphill battle. And what's your sentiment towards that? Like, do you plan on like kind of like getting away from it ever like in the future, or is it kind of just like you coincide with it and just like accepted it as like something you're gonna live with?
I don't know. Like, there's times that I'm like yeah, maybe like I need to get off this shit, but a lot of it, it's like I sort of feel like it's a part of me. And it's like I want to stay off like Zans and perks and like downers and shit because that's what really fucks me up.
Mm-hmm.
But, like other shit, it's like I can not ever really see myself like fully staying away from that.
Okay. And that's understandable. You know, I'm not here. One thing you figure out about me, especially as we continue to be acquainted or whatever, is I don't judge. So you can talk to me all the shit. I'm just like, all right, man, like, you know, whatever. But
Yeah,
everything in moderation, you know. But no, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And you know, it definitely I feel like contributes to the music and the sound and shit like that, even though it's not nice to say because you know, people do get around these shits while not doing anything, but it definitely does have an effect, whether it's positive or negative on music and art itself and shit like that, you know. I
for
feel like
sure.
a lot of artists I feel like are definitely involved with different substances or whatever they choose, you know, pick your poison type shit and however. But no, yeah, I think 11 months at 14 definitely is like a staple in someone's life, like something you can't forget, you know?
Yeah, no, it changed me a lot, and I think that's like kind of what made me realize how seriously I wanted to take this shit because like the whole time I was just in there, like it sort of made me not like I wouldn't say mature quicker because it did, but like also just like give me direction because it was like I was in there like just constantly having to like work on myself and look at myself and do all this therapy and shit. And it just made me think about like what I really wanted. And I think it's what made me really like realize this music shit was it, you know?
Yeah, and you locked in on it.
Yeah. Like it was like in rehab when I decided like, yeah, I'm gonna do this shit for real when I get back.
Yeah, I feel like it gives you even a lot of time to like manifest that, like attract that to yourself type shit. It's
Yeah,
like, all right, I want this shit. This is what I'm going for. And I think you've been on fire clearly since because 17 years old and you're doing shows and you got plays and you got followers, you know, you're doing your shit. So
thank you, bro.
salute to you. Yeah. What was I gonna fucking what was I gonna say? But yeah, so I feel like what's the word? Obviously everybody has their own conflicts and shit like that to develop us as people. And I think it's bittersweet, but for you to go through it so young, I think gives you a head start compared to a lot of people when it comes to direction
Yeah.
and progress.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like I have like a much better understanding of like myself and it's like helped me mature a lot because like I have a lot of people tell me I don't come across as 17 and like most of my friends are like in their 20s type shit. And I think like everything I went through like kind of put me where I needed to be, you know?
Right. And I could say firsthand, like when I first met you, I thought you were probably older than me. I'm 19. I was like, all right. I thought you were like maybe like 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm 17. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I guess you could take as a, you know, a compliment to be perceived as more mature for your age type shit. Like, who perceive you as, you know, an adult.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you're a year away from being technically federally an adult. So,
Yeah. Like is 18 really an adult, you know?
yeah, no. I fucking still feel like a fucking 5-year-old and I'm 19. Like,
Yeah.
but no, yeah. Fucking, what was I gonna say? And you're from New Jersey, right?
Yes, sir. I'm born in Essex County. I live in Morris County currently.
Okay. I'm not too familiar with Jersey. I know like everything like next to New York, like
Yeah.
Secaucus and
I,
shit.
I grew up around Newark.
Okay, yeah. So not too far away. And how's that?
I don't really fuck with Jersey like that, but it was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It's close to New York, you know?
Yeah, that's like I was gonna ask. I was like, how much time you spend in New York after this? After
I'm in
asking
New
this?
York a lot, bro.
Yeah,
I'm in New York a lot, like at least every weekend.
that's fair. Yeah, no, it's only a fucking train ride away type shit.
Yeah, look at our
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, no, fucking. I would go to Jersey here and there. Like I'm in upstate New York, only an hour upstate. So when I come down to the city, like to New York and whatnot, which is pretty often, I fucking take the train to Jersey, and I was like, yeah. And I saw you're from Jersey. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Ask about that.
Ain't no reason to go to Jersey. Fuck Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey sucks.
Yeah, just kind of trying to get my money up, and me and Magic trying to get out of here together.
No, yeah, I feel you. I mean, upstate New York's like the same shit. It sucks ass. It's like if you're not in the city, you're not where it's at type shit.
I know some cool motherfuckers from up there though. Shout out Kojin. Shout out Lane, fucking Unpolarize, Why Silent, Cyberworld.
Yeah.
There's some cool motherfuckers.
No, yeah, I mean, I've met a couple cool people up here too. I fucking met Noru. He was on the lineup at the show on
Yeah,
Saturday. Him
yeah.
and I went to the same high school, so
That's wild.
yeah. So it's you meet people up here and they're cool when not because it's so close to the city. Especially you meet a lot of people from the city up here. So same. I
Yeah.
can only imagine like a similar with Jersey type shit.
Yeah, a lot of people from the city move out here.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd ever do that to yourself.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. People fucking. It's always financial reasons. It's like, yeah, I'm leaving the city and then I'm gonna pay like taxes, but you live in like the sticks or just in not even the sticks, but just some like lame ass area.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Fucking terrible. What was I gonna ask? I wanted to ask about. I don't know. It's not a straight curiosity. I don't know if it's a collective or just a group of friends, but I see PRINCESSMOB around a lot. And I didn't know if that was like a music collective or just like some like inside type thing, like just something amongst you and people.
Yeah, so my homie Sauce, shout out Sauce, he's a DJ. He's been rocking that shit for a while, but basically, me and my boy Deb Boy from Groover Ellie, we was talking about starting a collective for a while, and Sauce was talking about, oh, you want to start rocking PRINCESSMOB, and I'm like, why don't we make it like a real collective? So we basically just launched that shit like the other day, but it's me, Reads November, Deb Boy IMG, Sauce, Magic, Unpolarized, Lil Jester, Cogent, and Lane. And yeah, so that's a collective. We're gonna try to start hosting a lot of shows and shit, making music, all that.
That's fucking dope, number one, because I love like, collectives and communities and shit like that, to where you guys are helping each other and things like that, especially when they work, because sometimes collectives don't work.
Yeah.
But when they do work, it's magical. So that's really cool and exciting to hear about, especially with a lot of people. It's like a lot of creative minds to create something fucking dope.
Yeah, it's like we all have like our own like styles, we all got our own swag, but like I could say like everyone on that fucking roster is like a genuine good friend of mine, and like I really believe in them. So I think we're gonna do some really cool shit. And there's another collective I've been a part of for around 2 years called Synthetic Kids.
Okay.
It's not like East Coast based, and that's why we started this because I wanted some like local shit. We're like all over. That's my homies Pink Perk, Hopeless, Rit, Young Crypto, XOXO Switch, Camebot, Toxin Brewer, and Magic. And I work with them like all the time. Like we're all over. Rit lives in fucking London.
Oh shit! So you guys are worldwide in that one.
We're hosting a show out in Chicago next month with
Oh shit!
Capo XXO, High C, a few other people. So
Oh.
shout out all of them. Like that's like my family. Like those are the people that like I really like found my sound with.
No, yeah, sweet, fucking dope. Hold on, I got a fucking wire under a wheel or something. No, I'm good. Anyway, no, that's fucking dope, and I like that you made the differentiation. I'm tired. All right, cut me some slack.
I know the word you're going for.
Yeah, fucking, just making it known that you have a collective that's more local based. Because I was gonna ask about that. I was like, are you guys like New York, New Jersey based type shit, and then you have one that's more worldwide and things like that.
Yeah.
But starting off with Synthetic Kids, right? That's what it's called, Synthetic Kids.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Don't want to mess anything up, respect. But no, you guys are worldwide, and you guys are doing a show in Chicago. You said when?
July 20th. So that's like shit. I fly out in like a week.
That's sick. That's cool. Do you guys plan on expanding like with live performances like more all over, just because for the sake of members being all over, it's kind of like
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. We've been trying to set up some shit in Seattle because we got a couple members there.
Okay.
I hosted some shit in New York last October. There's a big story behind that. It got shut down because of Just Nick. If you know who that is, big fuck Just Nick. Any of my New York heads probably know him. Fuck that kid.
I'm not updated on any of this. Is there like a?
Oh, there's a lot of shit on that kid, bro. You don't know him because all his shows started flopping because he scammed everyone in the scene. But
damn.
Yeah, nah, fuck that kid.
Terrible.
But yeah, so Synthetic Kids, yeah, we're just trying to get shit all over the States right now, like link up more.
Yeah.
like my homie Crypto, he's from Texas. I've known him for like probably 2 years. We've been making music together for over 2 years now. And I'm about to meet him in real life for the first time at that Chicago show. So that's gonna be cool.
That's sick. Connections, people, meeting
Yeah.
people. No, yeah, that's dope. It's always fun to hear about that too and see people like doing shit in the real world because number one, I don't leave my house. Everything I do is like online, you know?
Yeah.
When you saw me at that function, that was like the first thing I've been to in like months. So when it's like when people are like, yeah, we're doing shows and we're doing this and we're doing that in the real world, it's like, fuck yeah, keep it going. Because a lot of people are just only doing online shit, you know, which no disrespect or anything, especially with the pandemic, everyone had to do online shit only.
Yeah, we was throwing online shows during COVID, bro.
How was that?
It was cool. I mean, it was just like everyone put together a little set on Discord and like the chat would just like spam and shit. It was pretty cool. It was like a good way to network. Like
Yeah.
it's not really a thing anymore because it's like why do that when you could do real shows? But during quarantine, it was just like a cool way to bring artists together and put everyone on, you know?
No, yeah, right. Fucking. And going on to Princess Mob, so that's more of a local based. Where are you guys exactly based? Jersey and New York, or like more out towards Pennsylvania, or?
So New Jersey and New York, we got Sauce in the City, Lane Kojin and Unpolarized, upstate. Me, Dead Boy, and Magic are we're Jersey, and then Reed's in Long Island.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope, and that excites me because I'm in the area, so I'm like, oh shit, there's a whole fucking collective over here to like follow and see what y'all are up to and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
And so it's newer, right? Fucking Princess Mob.
Yeah, we just like fully locked that shit in like what 3 days ago.
Okay. And so how's like the future looking for that when it comes to like shows and expanding on that and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're already working on shows right now. Me and Magic are working on some shit. We're gonna just like kind of try to play shows together as a group and then host our own shit. Um, because Magic has this rave thing called Buried Dystopia, so he's been hosting shit.
Okay.
And yeah, we're definitely trying to host a lot of shit.
No, yeah, that's fucking dope. And respect to that because I wouldn't even know the first step of trying to set shit up, you know?
It's fucking stressful. Like my
How
boy,
how is the process for that, setting up shows and shit?
I mean, you
Or
gotta
so,
look at a venue, which is gonna be usually around at least $800.
yeah.
Pay DJs, get speakers, lights, fucking probably build a fucking stage because we be at ghetto ass venues. Like pay headliners, get a fucking artist locked in, get a flyer made, promo. It's stressful as shit. Like I really respect all my friends, like like Mullet Boy, Dev Boy, fucking Poof, like who do that shit. It's mad stressful.
Yeah, I could only imagine.
Yeah, like I'm not a very organized person, and like that's why I don't host like anything on my own really, because it's just like it's stressful as shit.
And why do it alone when you could do it with a group of people and kind of like distribute the responsibility amongst more
Yeah,
people?
makes it less expensive too.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I was like one man throwing a show is fucking crazy, like budget wise.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, bro. Like you gotta have someone front you, bro. And it's like, I mean, you could turn like 5K into like fucking 20 within like a few months if you're throwing shows every weekend, but like you gotta have that bread to start and you gotta
Right.
what you're doing.
Right, like the funding for it type shit.
Yeah.
An investment. Yeah, putting that money in, But hard work for sure. And what was I gonna ask? You're the first artist on here that I've had who's done anything show wise and shit like that. Everybody else I have on here is like strictly online or they're trying to get shows, but they're not just quite there yet. So you hold a lot of valuable information for other people watching and for other people trying to get on here, for other people trying to do shit just in general. So very excited for that. How, going back into the past a little, how did you ever get in like with your first show, for example, or how did you ever get shit like that started?
Yeah, so it's pretty random. So I'm sitting at this parking garage with Magic getting drunk, right? Smoking some blunts, having a time. And this dude Cyber World hits me up. He's from Albany. He runs his promotion page. And he'd been listening to my music for like a few years at this point. And he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, there's this show in Brooklyn I could get you on. You got to make like $250 off tickets, but I can get you the slot if you can do that." So I'm like, I tell Magic, and we start bugging out. I'm like, bro, I got a fucking show. Let's do it. And then like by the next, like 3 days later, I think I have $400 made in ticket sales, and so I got the slot. And the show was like a week later. And bro, I pulled up to the show. I threw up on stage. It was a Just Nick show. Fuck Nick. This is where I met Mullet Boy and Lil Poof, which is like that's my fucking family.
Okay.
So basically, we pull up to this show. It's me, Magic, my friend Amanda. That's my bestie. That's my sister. She screams all my lyrics louder than me at my shows. Again, my friend Jonathan and a couple other people. So we pull up to this show, bro. I'm nervous as shit. I don't know nobody. I get way too drunk. Like I'm stumbling around, just like, and they're like, all right, Friday, you're up next, like 3 hours in. And I'm like, what? So I get on stage. I almost fall over getting on stage. I get on the mic. I'm like, what the fuck is up, Brooklyn? And I just start performing, bro. And like about 30 seconds into my first song, I'm like, holy fuck, I have to throw up. And I'm just performing, and then it's an outside venue, right? So I go off the back of the stage like this, just fucking yak, like projectile. And then the DJ's like, Pooh was DJing. He's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, keep playing that shit, bro. The crowd starts going ape shit, bro, because I threw up everywhere, and I just kept going, bro. And then the rest of the night, Pooh was like talking to the mic with his shirt like this, so you have to smell the yak. But yeah, honestly, bro, it all starts with online connections. All you gotta do is you gotta find the people like who are doing shit in your area, but like also are humble or might not have like a fuck ton of clout to the point where they can notice you.
Right.
And you just gotta have something to offer. You know,
Right.
build up your own fan base. It all starts online. Like I was doing this shit online for years before I even recorded a song in person with someone, you know?
Right. No, yeah.
Just build your shit up online and get tapped in with your local area, bro. Cause like I mean, I've thrown a lot of people bones like with shows and shit, just if I think they're cool, like regardless of their fucking size or anything. You just gotta tap in with the right people, and it's all about showing love, honestly.
Right. No, yeah, and that's dope. And it's a funny first story. I'm glad that we got to touch on that.
Yeah,
And definitely, I feel like it almost even got like people hyped. It's like, oh, he just fucking threw up on stage.
that's some punk shit, bro.
Yeah. That
There's
was
there's a video of that. That show was legendary.
That's crazy. And that's fucking I think it makes it even memorable, even to you. And probably to other people as well. I was like, yeah, Friday's first show, you fucking yacked on stage.
Exactly, because you don't want to come in and just be like every other set. Like, 'cause it was mostly like drill rappers at their show, so my music was already pretty different.
Yeah.
But just that energy was just that's what made people really notice me because that's how I became friends with Poof. Like we talked about it after. He's like, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I was just drunk. And that's when we became friends. And that's a big thing too, networking at shows. When you go to a show, do not just stand there and talk to your friends. Go
Right.
make friends. Like you gotta become friends with the DJs, the organizers, everything. So I'm not saying like to use people, but like
No, it's connections, yeah.
networking is really important because shows are the best place to network if you want more shows. If you just go to a show, talk to your friends, play it, and then leave, they're probably not going to talk to you after unless you did something crazy, you
Right.
know? So, just get out of your shell, confidence.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, even look, this podcast episode's happening because I approached you and I was like, yo, I do a podcast.
Yeah,
Try,
exactly.
trying to get artists on here, da 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 da, and this wonderful thing. Which I talked to you. I talked to a couple. I talked to Reed November and stuff like that. So I'm definitely planning on getting more people from that show and stuff that I met and stuff on here.
Should definitely do some shit with Reed, bro.
Reed's cool. We were talking in the front, and he's dope. I'm not even gonna like say anything beyond that because I want him to just show himself on here and really get into that. But
Reed's a fucking rock star, bro. Shout out Reed. I love him. That's my boyfriend.
shout out Reed. He's definitely like very fucking cool, image wise, music wise. Like I've been following his shit the way I've been following your shit now since I met you guys, and I'm
Yeah.
like, these guys are fucking dope. So
Reed's one of the people I'm around that like I believe in the most, bro. Like that guy's gonna be something. Like I know that guy's gonna be something.
yeah, some people just have that it factor, that star factor, whatever the fuck.
You got that shit.
You have it too, though. That's exactly why I approached you guys. I'm like, these guys look like the guys that have an image and have a sound that is something.
Thank you, bro.
No, yeah. So very happy about that. What was I going to say? Because I was going to ask you about something and it did leave my mind, but it will come back.
Yeah, my bad. I keep going on like tangents.
No, because that's completely fine. That's exactly what the show is about. Like we just go on different tangents and we could talk about something that isn't music related for 30 minutes and then come back, you know? But oh, I was gonna ask about, because we talk about the past and we talk about the present and what's going on now, which we will get to the present a bit. But I do like to talk about the future, which usually what I ask about the future with artists is projects and what do we have coming up? Or are you thinking about doing an album or an EP or fucking whatever the fuck,
Yeah, I mean, so I feel like with the stage I'm at, like I can get plays on singles and I have people who consistently will bump what I drop. But at the same time, as a small artist, tapes are really hard to grow with. So I dropped a tape last winter and it actually did pretty well. And I'm really proud of it. But I probably won't drop another one till like the winter. I'm just kind of focused on singles right now and like working with my friends and like really getting that Princess Mob shit off the ground. But we are working on a Synthetic Kids album.
Oh
So
shit,
yeah,
that's sick.
yeah.
Before I continue on, the Synthetic Kids and Princess Mob have like their own SoundClouds or Spotify's or anything?
Synthetic Kids does. I'm about to make the Princess Mob shit like right after we get off this shit. Like it's
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't even have a SoundCloud yet.
No, because keep me updated because I put all the links in the thing below. Anything you're connected to or you want down there, I put it down there. So,
Word.
but continuing on, no, yeah, that's fucking dope. And I learned the hard way with tapes because I did a tape I recorded in January and I dropped it in March. And the first song did like 3,000 plays and the rest are like less than 1,000 each.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. I was like,
at
fuck.
the time I dropped it, because this was before I went back to rehab. I'm not doing quite these numbers right now, but I was getting like 4,000, 5,000 a song, and like a couple of them, there was like one or two of them that didn't touch 1,000 for like a month, and it was like, because it's just like, people aren't gonna listen to a whole entire tape from
Right.
someone you kind of fuck with, or it's like, not even if they don't fuck with you like that, it's just like people don't really listen to albums like that anymore unless the artist is like super hyped.
Right. No, yeah, exactly. Like fucking big art. Like, this door is open. Hold on 1 second.
He good, bro.
Intermission. Oh, terrible. Cool. Sometimes the wind just likes to blow in the room and open my door, and it's never fun.
Bro, I be doing that shit too. I be sitting in my room like geeking off my ass, and I see that shit, and I'm like, oh no, my house is on.
Literally, like it happened in the beginning of the episode, and fucking anyone watching could probably go back and see my head like jerk like this because I thought someone had opened my door, but it was just
Yeah, like Ghost is trying to pull up for the interview.
word.
You got
Fucking
some questions.
got some questions and some answers, but yeah, going back to it, yeah, tapes are fucking difficult, and I've realized that the hard way, and I haven't been motivated to do shit since I like made like one like joking song, like a joking freestyle, and I haven't dropped shit since.
Yeah. Well, don't let that L slow you down, bro. You gotta take 1,000 L's to take a W.
No, yeah, for
There's
sure. I kind of just been taking time to work on the podcast in the meantime because I don't know, like as a musician, like me myself, presenting myself as a musician, sometimes it feels like a lot of pressure, but I don't know. Sometimes I like to just do this more. I could talk more, express more, and shit like that. Cause
Yeah.
it's more so just me talking rather than me like having to fit it in verses and rhymes and shit like that.
Yeah. It'd definitely be cool to like just be able to talk like this, like on a public platform. Cause like the only place I can really do that is my Instagram. But I talk shit on my Instagram. I bullshit.
Yeah. Fucking before this, bro, my Instagram stories used to be vile, just me like just talking shit on whatever.
Yeah.
Now I was like, I use this, and now my Instagram story is just like me posting memes and shit.
I gotta be careful on my Instagram story now though. I be just saying some fucked up shit. They tried to cancel me like 3 times. Like I'm involved with the hyperpop scene. I gotta be careful.
Yo, fact stuff. Fucking hyperpop scene. Yeah, it's cool. I fuck with the hyperpop scene, but
everyone's just trying to fuck each other over constantly, and everyone has a huge ego. It's like when kids who don't leave their bedroom start to get attention, they forget how to act.
Because I feel like you're almost like in a bubble, so you kind of forget like the real world humbles you, So when you're like in this bubble of just yourself, so you build this ego and you forget how to humble yourself.
These kids live on Discord and start to see numbers on the screen, and they think there's something, and it's like that's not to say like what they're doing on the internet doesn't matter, but at the same time, it's like don't let that shit change you, especially if you're not really seeing real life results from it.
Right. It's like, oh my god, a couple thousand plays, and all of a sudden they think they're like God.
Yeah, no, literally.
It's fucking terrible. No, yeah, but no, that's cool though. And we already talked about collectives, which is cool because that kind of plays into the future too on what you guys are doing. Synthetic Kids tape, that's exciting. And you guys are having, I'm assuming, all members on it.
Yeah, everyone's on that shit.
The thing with Synthetic Kids is everybody a vocalist or is it like whole producers in there?
We used to have more producers, but we cut some people out. So we only have one producer now, which is Magic. I mean,
Okay.
well, Benji the Machine too, who produces most of my music. That's the fucking goat right there. But he's also a vocalist, and then Rit also makes beats.
Okay. Which is cool. You gotta have some variety in there stuff too.
Yeah. The main producer of the collective is Benji the Machine, though. He's literally the best producer I ever met. Like one of the most talented people I've ever met, period. Like his vocal shit is amazing. And like, dude just shits out like beautiful beats. He'll be like, what kind of beat you want? I'll tell him, and within like 2 hours, usually less, he'll send me back like one of the best beats I ever heard. And I'll be like, what the fuck?
Producers are a different type of talented.
No, literally, because like I'm not organized enough for that to just like sit down there. Like, bro, half my songs I don't even write. Like I just sit down and I punch in. Like I'm a very disorganized person.
Yeah, no, the writing process with me is always weird. It's like I kind of just sit down, I'm just there, and I'm like, all right. It's like I'll have something from like, what I do is like I'll think of something like weeks prior, and then I'll just like fixate on that one line that I made, and then I'll just like form something around it.
Yeah,
And
that's real. I'll have like two or three bars in my notes, and then just like make a whole song based off that. I used to do that a lot, but I pretty much never write music anymore. I kind of just sit down and just like feel the beat, and I'm like, all right, what do I want to say on this?
and that's it. So what, like, it's technically a lot of your discography like freestyles in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it freestyling because I can't freestyle for shit. If anyone asks me to freestyle, I will tell them to suck my dick. I cannot freestyle, but I started.
They have Friday on Hot 97. They're like, yo, spit some shit. And he's like, nah.
I'll be like that video where she's like, don't get on here rapping. I'm like, don't get on here
rapping. I'm tapping, making it happen.
That's one of the best videos of all time. No, but fucking, I usually just like sit down, record a bar, and then I'm like, sit there for another minute. I'm like, okay, what do I say next? And then I record that, and then I just like think in between each bar pretty much.
Okay, so it's kind of like, it's not necessarily freestyling. It's kind of just like freehand. Yeah, you're like writing without the paper or typing or anything.
Punching in, I guess I usually call it.
Punching in. That's fair. That's sick. No, that's dope. And that's the first time I ever heard anyone talk about their writing process and it being like that. Because usually people on their phone, paper, or they just straight up freestyle it, which is like, wow.
And people still write their lyrics on fucking paper, bro.
I don't know who does that, but definitely there's people out there who do.
Yeah, I did that shit a lot in rehab because I couldn't make no music, so I just sit in my kids would be like watching TV and shit. I just be sitting in my room writing lyrics in my little notebook.
Yeah. So you wrote a lot of music in rehab. Did a lot of that come to see like the surface, like end up becoming, or was it kind of just like a way of like passing time?
Most of the lyrics I didn't end up using, but I think I'm looking. There's a song called Save Myself that I have unreleased and I'm dropping pretty soon. I played it at the show. It was like the more like rock one I played at the show. I wrote that one in rehab, the whole thing.
Oh shit. So I'm excited to fucking look for that. I mean, I've heard it already clearly because I was at the show, but
yeah,
hear it again and really analyze it and things like that.
Yeah.
That's dope. And I'm glad you're very open about your rock or fucking alternative more influence because I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is just how I perceive the world. But sometimes people be like, yeah, like I'm too cool for fucking to talk about music besides like what's going on now. Like, I don't know. Yeah, some people act too nonchalant, you know, for shit.
Not that ass. Like I'll just be putting myself out there. It's like, yeah, like I like rap music and shit, but like I was like 8 years old listening to Chief Keef and Pierce the Veil.
Yeah. You explain both sides. You're like, yeah, I was listening to this, but I was also listening to this because some people only focus on one side to seem cooler or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know. I think it's important to like be honest about your influences because like especially the shit you listen to when you're really little, I feel like definitely like shapes your music taste and like especially your creative shit.
Right. And you were the one to play the Blink song, right? At the show?
I closed my set with Damn It by Blink-182.
That I respected that. That shit came on. I was like, that's fire.
Yeah.
Cause I fucking when I was like in like 6th grade, I was on like my Blink-182 shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Green Day, Blink-182, fucking 3 Days Grace, Three Doors Down, all
Uh,
this shit. Yeah, all the fucking bands I went through in like middle school and shit. And no, yeah, so I fucking respect that you're very open about that and stuff like that.
yeah. I was literally just sitting there on FaceTime with Magic. I'm like, bro, should I play a Blink-182 song in my next show? And he was just like, fuck it. I just threw that shit on there.
And the cool thing about that show, and I don't know how often this happens at other shows because I'm not really like, this is me just introducing myself into like this scene physically, but people were moshing, and I always like I thought that was cool. That was a good song choice to
Yeah.
pick because pop punk, it has that punk element.
Music, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's that show is cool and like big love to Yami and shit, but I've played much bigger shows like with better pits. Like that crowd was sort of weird.
yeah.
There was definitely people moshing, and like my set definitely had a good amount of people moshing, but some of the sets had like no one moshing.
Yeah.
Like I hate it when people go to shows to stand at the wall and talk to their friends or just mean mug the whole time. Like bro pulls up to a show to stand in the corner with a bottle of Henny and a shiesty on the whole time. Like what the fuck is the point of coming to a show if you're not gonna fucking mosh, bro? Like
No, a shiesty in the
they ain't even
summer
talking to
is,
no bitches, bro. They ain't even talking to no bitches. They're just standing there, just
yo, what's the point of even pulling up?
like what I'm saying, bro.
That's funny. You know what's funny too? Fucking at the show, I was like, yo, I saw someone with a shiesty. It was like an orange shiesty. I was like, a shiesty in the summer is brazy.
That was probably my homie Clout. Shout out Clout Pit, bro. He's always in that orange shiesty. That was definitely fucking Clout.
A fucking orange shiesty in the summer is brazy. Granted, I was wearing a turban, so I can't even talk much, but like,
No, he's always wearing that shit, bro. It'll be 90 degrees out, and we'll be waiting for the L train in like the hot ass subway, and bro will have a fucking orange shiesty on. Like, how are you not melting? Like,
no, especially in the subway too, where that shit's literally like liquid fucking heat death. Like, and the man just shiestied up.
yeah, no, he's different. Shout out Clout Pit, man.
Fucking shout out him. But what was I gonna say? No, yeah, fucking to pull up to a show to not really embrace the chemistry and immerse yourself into the shit,
Yeah,
fucking is whack. And to
yeah.
have a whole, if you were to have a whole crowd like that, it's whack.
Also, as an artist, you can't take that shit personal because I see a lot of people will like get up on stage and see a dead crowd and then start acting weird or like not having energy, and then like, you just got to do your thing no matter what, honestly, because dead crowds happen. I've had shows where everyone's just standing there staring at me, and I've had shows like I have videos on my Instagram, bitches were falling over on the stage and shit because the pit was so crazy. Like you can see in one of the videos from a show I played with David Shoddy, I had to pick this girl up because she face planted on the stage.
Damn.
So it's like, I don't know, you just gotta do your thing regardless. And at the same time, like you can't expect a mosh pit if you're just standing there on the stage being awkward too.
Right. Like you have to bring the energy and like kind of like set the tone for the crowd, because at the end of the day, you're like the performer, the presenter, and the
Exactly.
person with the spotlight on them type shit.
Exactly. Like that's why I perform the way I do. Like the way I perform is very intentional because I always try to just like look like I'm having fucking fun. Like I'd be up on stage just like smiling and shit. Like,
Yeah, you bring good energy. When I watched it and you were there, you were energized. You're like, and then after you were like, I'm about to throw up. I was like, how fucking dope was that?
yeah, and I ain't even because my homie was on next, so I couldn't.
That shit was that. No, yeah, and that's good that you brought it to yourself. With that too, because you mentioned, so as a smaller artist, you get onto shows of what I'm assuming like bigger headliners, right? And how's that like? Like, who have you opened for or like performed in before type shit, like big headliners?
David Shoddy, shout out David, he cool as hell. Rosca, that's fucking Cold Heart's cousin.
Yeah.
Lil Yaw, fucking Pin or yeah, 8485, Black Winter Wells, Bloody Clip, shout out Clip, she's cool as fuck. Jackson D Silva was at that show.
Yeah.
I think I played a show with Spliff Happy before I even knew who he was. Like a year ago ish.
That's lit.
Yeah, I didn't even stay for a sec because I didn't know who he was at the time.
Damn.
I was supposed to play a show with fucking Polo Perks, but I gave the set to my homie.
Oh, that's what's up though. I mean,
because his show got canceled and he flew out, so I was like, all right, bro, you got it.
that's what's up. That's good right there. That's a good friend right there.
Always, always.
No, it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned Winter Wells because I'm seeing. I think they're doing a show with Fish Narc in
Yeah,
July, and
yeah,
I'll be there.
that's fire.
And then Rosca fucking. I fucking played Fortnite with Rosca a couple times.
Dude, me and Magic did coke with Roscoe, Lil Yaw, and David Shaw. It was wild. That was a wild night, dude.
That shit sounds fucking lit.
Me and David did like 60 whippets. That was a
Yeah.
venue too. That last show was at. That shit was packed out, bro. You couldn't. There, like a girl passed out in the pit, and they had to drag her out to that back area. They had to clear out the whole back area, and you couldn't get out. You couldn't get in.
Oh, so it was like packed.
It was over 200 people in that bitch, and that's a living gallery. That's not a big venue.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. No, I mean, fucking being there, I was like, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, damn, that's like shoulder to shoulder type shit.
it was crazy, dude. It was fucking wild. That was a good show. That was a really good show.
No, yeah, and cheers to more in the future type shit.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm very happy I'm following you and people you're acquainted with, and I'm obviously going to expand more into other people because that's just what I do. I'm like just this guy who just finds artists, and I find more artists, and then I'm like, yo, hop on my podcast and let's talk, and then I fucking get way more intrigued into them because I'm talking to them. So with that being said, it's like cheers to many more,
Hell yeah, bro.
and hopefully to us seeing each other again sometime soon.
Yeah, you should come to more shows and shit, bro. Just come and network and turn
No,
up.
yeah, that's exactly what I've been trying to do. I mean, this one was just this one was great, but it was also like coincidence in the sense because I was only going to, like, I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I only went to support Noru because that was the only person I knew that was performing, so I went to do that, and then from there you like network a bunch. I didn't even know what type of environment it was gonna be,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No, I feel like it wasn't too big, but like I think there's a decent amount of people and it was just a really good vibe. It was a cool ass crowd.
yeah, it was chill. Nobody was like, because the thing I hate the most about anyone in the performing arts of any sort is people who are like on their high horse, they think they're too good for people type shit.
Yeah.
And you don't know when you're gonna run into people like that. So I'm here like kind of going out on a limb, like, hey, like, I do this, and someone could be like, fuck out my face.
Yeah. No, I love when people try to do that shit to me because like I always know the organizers.
Yeah.
It's like I let the organizer know, like, bro, don't book this shit. Like, do not book this dude again. Like, I've had people like not get booked just because I told the organizer they're a bitch. It's like, bro, my close friends are hosting this show and you want to disrespect me.
Yeah, no, because then it bites them in the ass, and it's fair. It's justified because karma. It's like, you want to be a little dickhead? All right, no shows for you.
Yeah, and that's how it is. It's like you'll see like in my collective, like PRINCESSMOB, we have people with like 200 followers. We have people with like 15,000 on Instagram. It's like it's all love. It doesn't really matter. Like you should take people seriously no matter what, because it's like you was in that position at 1.2.
Right. And
You don't know who they're gonna be. Like follower count means nothing.
Right. Because numbers don't automatically correlate to talent, to production, to quality. I know people at fucking 100, 200 followers who are better than people I know at fucking 1,500, 2,000,
Oh, I'm good.
So very, very fair and very just of you to fucking take that approach to music as a fucking artist, and also as like someone a part of a collective where you're trying to help artists grow and also grow with fellow artists type shit.
Yeah. So like if you have a platform, it's important to show love. Like I just think it's important.
Yeah, right. So that's cool. And I'm very excited for your future as well as, the future as a whole when it comes to shows, when it comes to projects, when it comes to singles, when it just comes to all of it that comes with it,
Yo, I've had my real name on this shit the whole time.
It's all right. That doesn't show on that doesn't show on the meet. I saw it. I know it.
But I don't tell nobody my real name. That's rare, now. Because bro, the last time I used Zoom was for this shit I had to do for court. I had to do court-ordered behavioral therapy.
How was that?
It was shit.
That sounds like ass.
It was so ass. I literally just mute and like pointed at the ceiling, and just like toke. But like it was ass, dude. It was bullshit.
Anything on Zoom or like virtual, bro, I just slept through that shit, whether it was class or fucking
wake up in classes to join the next one.
Yeah. I did a like a 5-hour course to get my license, which I've yet to get it still to this day. I did the fucking 5-hour course. I just fucking put that up and knocked out. Like,
bro, I'm blessed that I'm not in junior right now though, because like I was fighting like assault on an officer, breaking and entering, trespassing, and resisting arrest charges.
Yeah.
So I'm low-key really blessed that that's all I had to do. So I wasn't really too tight. Like I could have gone to juvie easily.
Yeah. I mean, was it a Zoom thing because of the quarantine and because of the pandemic type shit?
Yeah, like I was outside at the time. Like we weren't quarantined, but it was still like it was just not last September, but the one before.
Yeah.
So it was still like COVID.
Yeah. So is that like what prevented you from like getting put into like juvenile detention or anything like that?
Yeah, basically, they were just like, we would send you to juvie right now, but like they're trying to like lock up as few people as possible. And then I told the detective to suck my dick. Oh, because they were trying to get me to snitch on this kid.
Yeah. Fuck him though.
And I was just like, hey, suck my dick. Because I knew he wasn't going to send me to jail at that time. And there was, I think we're done here.
I think we're done here now. Fuck the fucking pigs, bro.
Oh, God.
Especially, I feel like anywhere outside of New York City, they're so fucking bored.
Yeah. Nah, that's out here, bro. Like, they tried to charge me breaking and entering when I even break in nowhere. The shit was abandoned, bro. Like,
yeah, it sounds like they're bored and they're just trying to, do something.
Yeah. The assault officer was pretty fair though. I should not have attacked the police officer.
Like, I mean,
you fucking tackled my ass though.
Nah, yeah, no. I don't know the details of it, but I'm never gonna sit here and fucking what's the word? Justify or try to defend a police officer. Fuck the police,
Yeah, oh God.
So it's like, fuck it. If you attack the officer, oh well.
Yeah, that cop will see me around town and he'll just fuck with me. He'll be like, "What's up?" And I'll be like, "Fuck you, bitch." Like, I have beef with this police officer now. It happens like every week. This man will see me and be like, "What's up?" And I'll just be like, "Fuck you."
That's it. It's just a one-off encounter every now and then.
Literally.
Terrible. No, yeah. One time my last job that I worked at a fucking gas station, it was actually all right. But some shit happened to my job and they sent the cops to my house, and that shit was so whack.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they sent the cops to my front fucking door.
What'd you even do, bro?
I didn't do anything. I was involved in a situation with other people. Damn. But I didn't do anything, and they sent the cops to my house. It was so whack.
Yeah, nah, that's happened to me one too many times. Like they'll send them once. I'm like, shit, my friends did, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. Ask him. Like,
yeah, no, fucking stupid.
I mean, even if I do know, I don't know.
No, exactly. That's exactly the approach you have to take to it. Fucking fuck the cops. No, yeah.
That's all forever.
I feel like we are approaching more towards the end of the show, unless if there's any corners or crevices that I have not covered that you feel like we should cover, because sometimes that does happen. I do like the artists to take like initiative and be like, yeah, we should have talked about this.
I don't know. Shout out Magic.
Shout out Magic. Any shout outs you want to do for anybody at all?
Yeah, fucking shout out Synthetic Kids, shout out Magic, shout out PRINCESSMOB, shout out Mullet Boy, Lil Poof, 6'8", motherfucking shout out Root Club, fucking man, I don't know. I love people.
Shout out people.
Yeah, for real. Shout out humanity. They're cool sometimes.
Sometimes like liquid ass.
Yeah, no, they're awful most of the time, but they're some cool motherfuckers.
What was I gonna say? It all depends on your vibration too. High vibration, you attract other people on the same wave. But this brings us to the end of the show, which is the last question, which is usually I ask about the future, but on like a more general spectrum outside of like music and music related shit. Oh, I forgot one thing. Music videos. I forget. I always like to ask about music videos. Do you have any? And if you don't, do you plan on doing any?
I don't have any, but me and bro Mickey Scared are gonna work on one soon. We filmed a bunch. Like me and Magic always film them. Then we get way too fucked up and we don't finish them. But I'm trying to drop at least like 5 by the end of the year.
Okay.
So I'm filming one by the end of this month.
That's a good goal to have because we're like at the halfway mark of the fucking year.
Yeah, and I'm trying to drop one every month for the rest of the year, and then gonna film some shit with the homies in Chicago when I go later this month.
Lit.
Yeah.
Also, this is like the end of the show. Like literally just questions in my head.
Yeah.
No, because this is just shit I like. I like clothes, I like tattoos, I like piercings, all that shit. No tattoos or piercings I see, right?
Okay, I have one tat. Hold on.
Tattoo, let's fucking go.
It's really bad.
I don't
Um,
give I can't
I got
judge.
a heartogram right here.
Okay.
Jonathan did it, and then I got this like spider web heart thing, but like he didn't go deep enough.
So it like came off.
Yeah, so it's kind of fucked. But I'm getting it redone professionally this week.
Fuck it.
But yeah, I'm trying to get more tats and piercings. It's just Hispanic parents and piercings. So.
Yeah. I mean, I figured like I asked, but I didn't want to ask because I was like, okay, 17. A lot of people, some people do shit before obviously 18, but like people to go to a studio, especially in our area, it's 18,
Yeah.
No exceptions. So I was like, I wonder, but I'm gonna start infusing that into the episodes. Like, oh yeah, tattoos, piercings, clothing, shit like that. Definitely fun to talk about.
By the end of the year, I will have a few piercings and tats. So I'm saying fuck it at this point.
I would ask what you're aiming for, but personally, me as someone who likes to gatekeep shit until I do it for the sake of no one biting my style, I will hold off.
That's valid. I'm gonna have a big ass stomach tattoo. I'll say that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been like I have these two, right? This native and I have this boxer.
That's fire.
And I just want to I want to go from my hands to my fucking neck, everything, dude. But
as soon as I blow up and getting face tats.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping like I fuck with my music shit, but really like I would be happy if the podcast shit took off, one or the other, because I put my hand as many pots as I can.
Yeah.
But once something takes off, bruh, it's like neck, the hands. You gotta. But moving on from that, we will ask the last question now, which is talking about the future on a more general spectrum, whatever the fuck, which is what do you have coming up when it comes to music, when it comes to outside of music, I don't know, fucking something as simple as what you're doing tomorrow, fucking doctor's appointment in the next day, week, month, year, decade, century. What do we got for Friday?
Shit, I mean, tomorrow, gonna chill with my friend Amanda and do some ketamine. This Saturday, playing the Subculture Party Rave with the homie Selena. Shout out on Polarizes. Fucking, we in Chicago later this month playing a show. And honestly, bro, I'm just every day working towards making this shit my life. Like, this shit all I really have, this shit all I really want. So hopefully in the next few years, I'm just trying to like tour the world, see the fucking world with my boys, just fucking change lives and shit,
That's lit. No, yeah, and you're on a fucking good route to it because you're already making your way around. Chicago's cool, man. I've never been to Chicago.
Yeah. We in Orlando in September with Burnout too.
That's lit.
Yeah.
That's cool. I know I have family in Orlando. Orlando's fun. Orlando's cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, man.
So first time in Orlando, I'll be playing a show there. So
Turn up and get lit. Okay. No, yeah, but that's cool. And I'm always excited about the future,
Yeah. My head's too much, bro. Always thinking about the fucking future.
No, I feel you. Literally, me too. It makes it hard to enjoy the present sometimes, but fucking,
Yeah.
But to wrap things up, this was the Cult of Personality podcast, season 2, episode 1. Remind myself of that. For me today, for the last hour or so, was Friday. Thank you for staying with me for the last hour. Thank you guys for listening and watching for the last hour. And I don't know who next episode is going to be. It's kind of just like if I can gamble at this point, because I've just been getting back on this shit. But no, yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Everything. I don't know how often you've been interviewed beforehand.
It's my first time.
Look at that. First Friday fucking interview.
It's gotta be rare as shit in a few years.
Yes, sir. So no, we got to touch on some things, and to cheers to many more shows, to many more interviews, to much more music videos, and everything for Friday. I'm excited to watch you as an artist, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
This was the Cult Personality Podcast, hosted by Mikeymcchoppa. With me today was Friday, and we will see you next Monday for whoever the fuck. Thank you and good night.